in just a moment.
There's Buchanan with John Garrett, the Canucks, and Red Army going tonight. It's Ivashkin in goal for Red Army and Troy Gamble starting for Vancouver. First period is underway and the puck is back in the Canucks zone. Plavsic giving chase. Around the boards for Jay Mazur. He banks it off the boards and out. Malahov back for the puck for Red Army. Pass in front of his own net to Konstantinov to Byakin. Named the Molson player of the game in Winnipeg on Wednesday night. Canucks coming off a 6-2 loss in Los Angeles last night. Adrian Plavsic off the boards behind the net. Malahov to Kamensky. He skates into the Vancouver zone. The slap shot broke his stick and the puck went wide. Gerald Diddick is on the ice for Vancouver. So is Ian Kidd, and he skates out. Gives it to Peter Nedved. He dumps it into the Red Army zone. Kravchuk along the boards to the point. Kidd into the circle. Capuano put it in front, but Maslennikov was there for Red Army. Diddick turns. Capuano to Cron. His shot just off the side of the net. Brezgunov didn't get much on the pass. Cron there, and he just missed Capuano. Canucks coming close as Igor Kravchuk brings it up. Pass at center, put it right on Capuano's stick. His shot goes wide. Peter Nedved turns at the line, off the glass, deep into Red Army zone.
The Czechoslovakian players really get up for any game against the Soviets. It's that natural rivalry, and you can see Robert Cron already had a good chance to score.
Davydov a shot, and Gamble made the save on that one. Nemchinov turns in the corner to Gordiuk, and he fired it wide. Mironov in from the point. Puck in the corner, Dan Quinn fires it around the boards and out. Just past the 2-minute mark in the first period. It's 0-0. Malahin back for it, and it's icing against Vancouver.
Viktor Tikhonov, the recognizable head coach of the Red Army team, reigning with a tight hand. And here's their roster. They're allowed to dress 22 players for these games. And you can recognize a few of the names anyway. Davydov, Konstantinov, Gordiuk. There's 3 players picked up from the Soviet wings because the Red Army team lost their juniors. Juniors played in the World Junior Championships in Saskatoon.
John's got all those names down pat after working Wednesday's game in Winnipeg. Trevor Linden shoots it to center. Gordiuk to Hmylev. He falls down at center. Nordmark to Greg Adams has Linden going for the net in front for Linden. But the pass was picked off by Mironov. Hmylev to the side of the goal. Linden unable to center it. Dan Quinn from the corner. A good move on Nemchinov. Puck behind the goal. It's Hmylev. Malahin checked at center by Linden. Laid offside against Vancouver. Chibiriev has it on the left side to Gordiuk. Guy attempts to cut him off. Took him to the boards. Gordiuk from the corner. The slap shot. Score!
Gordiuk's shot. Gordiuk has one of those unlimited curved sticks. He can really shoot the puck. I think this one he bounced in off Robert Nordmark. A screen shot. No chance for Troy Gamble on this play. Gordiuk gets room because Kevin Guy goes to pick up his stick. Here's the shot. It hits Guy and then hits Nordmark and then goes by Gamble. Here's another look. Now watch, it hits Guy and then hits Robert Nordmark as it's going wide on the foot and then goes into the net behind Troy Gamble. Troy Gamble got the hook in his last start against Hartford. The game the Canucks lost 5-4. Gamble was in for the first 3. He'd like to get off a good start and get some confidence going here tonight.
Nice if he get a few bounces. Gordiuk's 3rd goal of the Super Series, in Red Army has a 1-0 lead. They bring a 5-1 record in this year's Super Series into Vancouver tonight. Their only loss in Edmonton. Doug Lidster. Lead pass for Gino Ocek, a real crowd favorite here in Vancouver. Kravchuk took him to the board. Zubov Around for Kostичкин, couldn't handle the pass. Plavsic at center for Vancouver. Ahead to Stan Smeel. He mishandled it. Zubov back the other way. Kostичкин trailing. Has the puck. Shoots. He went for the far corner. Didn't miss by much. Malahov from the point. Gives it to Kamensky. Into the slot. Lets it go off the glove of Gamble. And the puck is taken away by Plavsic. Kamensky forechecking. Stan Smeel backhands it out. Pass off Byakin skate. Craig Cox. He flips it in. Konstantinov. Malahov to Kamensky. He sends Byakin away. Poke checked at the line by Jyrki Lume. Byakin to Malahov. Konstantinov. 4.5 minutes gone in the first. It's 1-0 Red Army. Kamensky. Red Army beat Vancouver 6-0 last year. Jyrki Lume through center. Into Red Army territory. Drops it to Mazur. A backhand, a weak one. That's steered away by Ivashkin. Gerald Dedekin from the point. Puck was cleared by Byakin. And Kamensky nearly got loose. Kamensky for Byakin. He's tripped at the line by Lume. Gary Volk unable to control the pass.
There's an example of Byakin jumping up into the play, and he almost had a good scoring chance.
Davydov, a jet strap pick. Goes behind the net, swings in front, couldn't get a shot away. Peter Nedved. Stick handles to center. Took a hip check from Igor Kravchuk as he crossed the line. Brezgunov to Maslennikov. And Davydov was offside on the left wing. Red Army with a 1-0 lead in Vancouver.
The Soviet Red Army team takes these tours seriously because their coach does. Now here's Kravchuk taking the body on Nedved. A nice hip check, no knee involved, no elbow, no high stick. Just a good solid hip check by Kravchuk on Peter Nedved.
The Red Army scoring play, Gordiuk, his third of the series from Hmylev and Nemchinov at 3:06. And a 1-0 lead for the Soviets. Capuano along the boards with Nemchinov. Gordiuk, the goal scorer, in front for Hmylev, and the puck is cleared by Kevin Guy. Lead pass for Hmylev. Troy Gamble out to play it in the corner to Kevin Guy. Around the boards for Capuano. Malahin at the point. Couldn't keep it in as the puck bounced off the shin pad of Capuano. Gordiuk golfed at the puck. Nemchinov. Pass too far ahead for Hmylev. Robert Nordmark had the puck go in off him as Gordiuk took the shot to give Red Army a 1-0 lead. Hmylev across the line around Nordmark. Gives it to Nemchinov. The shot high on the chest of Gamble. And he decides to hold on, a wise move with Pavel Kostичкин standing right there. Gamble and the Canucks down 1-0. Bruce Buchanan with John Garrett and Grant Pollock at the Pacific Coliseum in Vancouver. 13:20 left in the first period. It's 1-0 Red Army. Greg Adams couldn't clear it. Kostичкин drops it back. Chibirev's shot off Plavsic's stick, and the puck goes high into the seats.
The one part of the game that the foreign players, the Soviets, haven't caught up in is on faceoffs, and there Dan Quinn beat Chibirev cleanly, and the Canucks still had trouble getting it out of their own zone. You see Trevor Linden talking to Jyrki Lume what to do if Quinn again wins the faceoff.
Zubov shot steered aside by Gamble. Greg Adams backhands it out. Trevor Linden, quite a story. Team leader at 20 years old. Bostrikov. Rink-wide pass for Kostичкин. He kicked at it. Dan Quinn covers up for Vancouver to Plavsic. Moves it ahead to Greg Adams. Now to Linden. Quinn, the other member of the forward line. And the Canucks offside with 12:50 left in the first. Back at the Pacific Coliseum, 12:37 to go first period. The shots are 5-2 in favor of Red Army, and they lead 1-0. And there's a penalty to Trevor Linden of the Vancouver Canucks.
The time 7:23.
Linden gets a holding penalty. It was right in front of referee. They called it interference. Right in front of referee Kerry Fraser at 7:23. And the Red Army power play gets a chance to maneuver here. And It's a treat to watch the Red Army power play, just the passing. They pass the puck so hard, and yet they're able to take the passes and give them right on the tape.
Face off to the left of Troy Gamble. Bucsayev with Kamensky and Byakin up front on this Red Army power play. Comes to Malahov at the point. Konstantinov, the other point man. Bucsayev, side of the goal, centered, and he put her right through the crease. Kamensky along the boards. Watched by Mazur. Feeds Konstantinov at the line to Kamensky, edge of the circle. Byakin cruising around by the goal. A drop pass picked off by Bozek, and he backhands it down the ice. Braun now up front for Vancouver has 3 shorthanded goals during regular season play in the NHL. Red Army will try it again. Konstantinov. Watched by Nedved. To Ilya Byakin, who can also play defense. Few NHL scouts here tonight. Byakin, 27 years old, hasn't been drafted, but has played well in the Super Series, and it'll be interesting to see if he gets a chance.
One thing the scouts wonder about is his size. He's small to play in the NHL and play that grueling 80-game schedule.
Kamensky down the boards. Drops it back to Malahov. His slop shot. Skate saved by Gamble. Konstantinov left point. Red Army on a power play. 40 seconds left in the penalty. Pass off Bucsayev, and the puck is fired out by Robert Nordmark.
Peter Nedved out killing the penalty for the Vancouver Canucks, something he rarely does during the regular season, but Coach Bob McCammon can give him a try here in this exhibition game.
Kravchuk to Kovalen. Kovalen likely the Red Army's best forward in the Super Series. Quinn tried to center it. It was taken away by Brezgunov to Kovalen. Runs into Ian Kidd at the line. Gamble sets it up behind the net. Decided to shoot it into the corner. Comes in the slot to Maslennikov. Kravchuk in from the point. The shot. That's blocked by Didick. Red Army keeps it in as Linden is back on the ice. Puck behind the goal. Ian Kidd to Greg Adams. Gives it to Trevor Linden. For Dan Quinn. Linden was dumped. And he looks at Kerry Fraser for a penalty as Linden gave Brezgunov a hook. Evgeny Davydov by himself as he hits the line. Couldn't stick handle through 3 Canucks, and Ian Kidd has the puck. Didick, former first-round pick of the Islanders, gives it to Trevor Linden, another first-round pick. Stick handles into the zone, drops it to Lidster. His shot. Ojek was screening in front, and Craig Cox couldn't find the puck as it went high, and we have a Red Army penalty upcoming. Red Army couldn't score with the man advantage. We'll be back to see if the Canucks can.
Dmitry Mironov gets a holding penalty at 10-12, and it's Gino Ojek in front of the net creating some traffic. Now watch, Mironov has a hold of his stick with the left hand, and look at Ojek's reaction. And Mironov just has the vice-like grip there. He won't let it go, and referee Kerry Fraser finally calls it.
Gino Ojek, tough to move in front of the net, 215 pounds.
He's been used on the Canucks power play once in a while recently, trying to get the power play going by doing just that, standing in front of the net.
Canucks power play ranked 17th in the NHL, and it has been struggling. That's one of the reasons they got Tom Kurbers from the Leafs, and he's expected in the lineup against the Jets on Wednesday.
It was 0 for 9 last night against the LA Kings. It's 1 for its last 18. And when you have a low-scoring team like the Canucks, you have to cash in on some power plays.
Gerald Didick didn't waste any time getting to Vancouver. Fell into disfavor in Montreal. Canucks on a power play, trailing 1-0. Garth Butcher to Dan Quinn. Quinn was mired in a real slump, but has played better hockey as of late. Would he go 25 games without a goal, John?
25 games without a goal. He has 5 in the last 8 days. He only has 9 total.
Lidster pass at center off the skate of Butcher. And so far, the Canucks are having trouble getting across center. Garth Butcher flips it into Red Army zone. 48 seconds left in the penalty to Mironov. Ian Kidd couldn't trap it along the boards, and it's Plavsic. Lead pass to Peter Nedved. Checked by Востриков, gave the puck away to Malahim. Chibiref can't go around Plavsic, then missed the check from Capuano. Robert Cron for Vancouver. See if he can get anywhere. Gives it to Capuano. Nedved goes for the net. Capuano in the corner. To Cron. He battles with Malahov. Konstantinov fires the puck down the ice. And that'll do it. Both teams 0 for 1 with the man advantage.
Canucks just couldn't get the blue line and get set up. And without a defenseman to carry the puck, the Red Army team really did well challenging the Canucks at the red line. Canucks were forced to dump it in. Red Army was there to clear it out.
Braun chases Konstantinov. Malahov missed it. Byakin along the boards. Rink wide to Bucsayev. He missed a game in this series with a shoulder injury. Number 25, Byakin, spun around by Guy. Bucsayev along the boards. Behind the net to Kamensky. Byakin's in front. Kevin Guy checked Kamensky. Konstantinov to the side of the goal. Robert Nordmark for Vancouver. In front of his net to Bozak, and he backhands the puck out. Kamensky's pass is intercepted by Steve Bozak. Former Flame Blue and King slides it into the corner. Malahov. Lead pass to Byakin. Now to Bucsayev. He's with Kamensky. Bucsayev a slap shot and a stick save by Gamble. 6:35 left in the first. It's 1-0 Red Army. Robert Nordmark to Kevin Guy.
That shot by Bucsayev is a real rarity. Red Army doesn't usually waste them from a bad angle like that shot by Bucsayev. Try and work it around and get the perfect shot every time.
Lume to Gary Valk. And the rookie dumps the puck into Red Army zone. Bob McCammon making changes. Davydov. He missed Kovaleiko with a pass. Lume at center. Sends it into the Red Army zone. Spiel rolls it into the corner for Ojek. To Craig Cox. Ojek ran into Kravchuk. Stan Spiel from the other corner puts it in front, and Ojek couldn't get a stick on it. Puck behind the net. Cox loses it to Malahim. Cox to Spiel. He fakes the shot against Kravchuk in front of the net for Cox. Back to Spiel. Ojek's in front. Spiel shot off the stick of Maslennikov. And the puck goes flying into the crowd. 5:20 left in period 1.
1-8-1 in their last 10 games.
Puck is kicked to Adams. His shot off a blocker of Ivashkin. Here's a lead pass. Nemchinov to Hmylev. His shot off the stick of Troy Gamble. Pretty good save there. Nemchinov at the point. Off the boards. Hmylev. Left it for Nemchinov to Gordiuk. Pass in the slot to Hmylev. He turns at the point. Shot deflected wide. Nemchinov in front to Hmylev. Nice stick handling. Drops it back. A shot by Malahim went wide. As Red Army moves the puck around. John talked about their passing on the power play. What about at even strength?
That's the forward line that was picked up from the Soviet wing team. They play together all year, and you can see they know where everybody's going to be, and they move the puck around really well.
Dan Quinn has Chibiref right there. Gordiuk a shot from a bad angle. It went over top of the goal. Zubov backhands it to the side of the net. Gerald Diddick to the point. Zubov is there again. The slap shot, pad save, and the rebound is controlled by Diddick. Off the boards to Trevor Linden. He's by himself as he hits the line waiting for help. Capuano finally joined the play, but it's Востриков the other way for Red Army. Capuano down the left wing. He goes for the net. Zubov trying to cut him off. Got his shot away. Ivashkin the save. And Ivashkin went sliding into the net. Nedved to the side of the goal. Capuano for Vancouver. Now they begin to mount a little pressure. Kostичkин to Вострikov. He's knocked down by Kevin Guy. Nedved rolls it to the side of the goal. Kostичkin in front. Puck bouncing around in the crease. And Chibiref failed to locate it. Konstantinov keeps it in. Gamble out to play it. Didn't get much on the pass. And it nearly gave Red Army a chance. Konstantinov turns and shoots. Gamble was screened but did get a piece of it. Puck behind the net. Nedved helps out Kevin Guy. To Dave Capuano. Robert Nordmark slowly to center. 4 Red Army players were lined up there.
The Canucks have had problems in their own building in the first period since about the middle of December. They haven't had a lead here at the Pacific Coliseum after one period since December 10th. They just don't seem to get out of the gate very well. They're lacking in confidence. Very tentative with their play, as we've seen here in the first period.
Kamensky forced back by Doug Lidster. Now he finds some room. Stick handles into the Canuck zone. Splits the defense. And Gamble comes out to clear it. Konstantinov at the point. Back to Kamensky. Bucsayev a shot from a bad angle. Gamble to save. And he held it long enough to force a face-off in the Canuck zone. 2:16 left in the first. Still 1-0 Red Army.
And here the puck jumps up on Troy Gamble. He loses it. It hits him in the back. And fortunately for Gamble, goes in front of him instead of behind. At the other end is Dave Capuano charging the net. Now look at, he goes right through Ivashkin. But Ivashkin kicked the puck forward and kept it out. Troy Gamble's been the busier of the 2 goaltenders as the Canucks don't look all that enthused about playing this Super Series game right now.
Shots are 10-4 Red Army. Kravchuk kind of fanned on his shot. Bozek kind of backhanded out. It hit Jay Mazur in the back and flipped into the Canucks bench. 1-0 in Vancouver. 2:10 to go first period. 1-0 Red Army on a goal by Victor Gordiuk. And there's a penalty right off the face-off. Kerry Fraser put his arm up immediately, and high sticking will be the call.
Vancouver. Maslennikov high stick Craig Cox right from the face-off. Cox, Odjick, and Stan Smeel playing as a line here for Vancouver.
Not their normal power play alignment. Kovаленко to Давыдов. They just slipped the puck by Plavsic, and Plavsic has it in the corner. To Jyrki Lume. Canucks on their second power play, trailing 1-0 with less than 2 minutes to go in period 1. Plavsic shoots it in off the corner board. Brezgunov banks it for Davydov. Lume in from the point. Cox, his pass over the stick of Odjick. Kovаленко couldn't beat Plavsic. Red Army controls the puck shorthanded. Kovаленko's backhand knocked down by Lume at the line. Adrian Plavsic slaps it in off the corner boards. Cox and Nemchinov after it. Greg Adams from the corner. Side of the goal to Smeel. He feeds Didak at the point. To Ian Kidd. His slap shot deflected, and Ivashkin made the save. Cox to Smeel. Canucks on a power play. Didak fakes the shot to Stan Smeel. His slap shot kicked away by Ivashkin. Smeel again. Loses it. And Hmylev brings it out with Nemchinov. Hmylev was dumped. Mironov following up. Got a shot away that drifted wide. 33 seconds in the period, 26 in the penalty. Yuri Hmylev sends the puck down the ice.
And all the Red Army penalty killers seem so confident every time they get the puck. They don't just throw it away and ice it. They try and control it and kill some time.
Didak almost gave the puck away. Dan Quinn with Trevor Linden. 5 seconds in the penalty. It's poked out. Here's a race. Kostичkin has a breakaway for Red Army. Going right in. Lost control of it, then hit the side of the goal as Gamble came out for the poke check. So some good excitement at the end of the first.
Troy Gamble looked up at the clock, realized Kostичkin didn't have much time, forced him, used a good poke check, and Kostичkin just ran out of room. Here's Kostичkин. He looked up at the clock. There was 9 seconds left as he started the rush. Now look at this poke check by Gamble. Nice little Johnny Bauer poke check. Kostичkin ends up in the corner and behind the net and has nowhere to go.
Coming right up, Grant talks with Canucks assistant captain Doug Lister. The score out. We're set to start the second period. Red Army leading 1-0. And again, right off the face-off, we have a penalty call.
This time it looks like Gary Volk's getting the high sticking penalty. Volk had a little stick swinging exchange at the end of the first period, and this is a carryover.
Vancouver penalty to number 23.
Red Army gets a chance to try their power play again. They're 0 for 1. They had a lot of chances on their first power play. Moved the puck around well, but couldn't beat Troy Gamble. Here early in the second period, they get another power play opportunity. In the middle of your screen, he gets Byakin right there, and you can see Byakin reacting with his left hand under his chin. The ball goes on.
Red Army with the man advantage, and it's Valery Kamensky. Into Canucks territory, drops it to Byakin. Konstantinov left point. Byakin along the boards. Had trouble controlling it, picks it up, gives it to Konstantinov. He moves in. Bucsayev at the point. Tempted to go rink wide, but Jyrki Lume was there for Vancouver. He stick handles, played it off the boards, wasted some time, then hit Malahov. Ozek and Lume got their signals crossed. Byakin back to Bucsayev. The slap shot off the skate of Lume. Konstantinov to Kamensky. His slap shot. That hit Plavsic, and he's been shaken up. Stays on the ice. Can't really leave. Bucsayev hit Plavsic again. Shot from a bad angle. Comes right in front. They jam away at it. Byakin and Troy Gamble is down. And now Plavsic will go to the bench. He's hobbling to the bench.
Not putting much pressure on that foot. Adrian Plavsic just coming back from an injury. Canucks dress some extra bodies. Here's the play right off Plavsic's foot. And then Gamble's able to cover up. A good job by Jyrki Lume in front controlling that rebound. And there's a shot of Plavsic trying to walk it out. Trainer Larry Ashley in the background asking Plavsic if he's going to be all right or if he should head to the dressing room. With the extra bodies dressed, you'd think they'd take Plavsic right off and get some ice on that footer right away.
50 seconds left in the penalty to Volk. Robert Nordmark for Vancouver. His pass hit Nedved's skate. Kovalenkov with Maslennikov. Goes wide on Kevin Guy. At the point to Kravchuk. The slap shot. A pad save for Gamble. Rebound on the backhand. Went to the board. Maslennikov and Kron along the boards, and the Canucks come up with it. Kron into Red Army zone. Backhands it to the side of the goal. Nedved on top of the puck in the corner, and they'll face off to the left of Ivashkin. 8 seconds to go in the Red Army power play.
Peter Nedved has been working with the Vancouver Canucks power coach and has put on 10 pounds since the start of the season, and many feel he still plays a little soft. His upper body strength hasn't caught up with the rest of his growth. You remember, he is only 18 years old.
Mike Ricci seems to be working out the best so far. You have to give these young players 2 or 3 years to find out. Adrian Plavsic is on the bench. See if he's back in action. There's a lead pass. Volk on a breakaway out of the penalty box. Shoots wide. Kidd bumps in the corner with Malahim. Put it in front.
Alexei Ivashkin must have thought he was back in the shootout. Clear-cut breakaway for Volk.
Mironov moving in, and he fires a shot wide. Gordiuk at center. Kovalenkov to Nemchinov. Hmylev gives it to Gordiuk. Rolls it in front. And Gerald Diddick, who we heard from in the first intermission, gives it to Linden off to Quinn. Win to Diddick, and he shoots it in. Greg Adams in to pick it up. Had it knocked off his stick by Mиронов. And Немчинов skates away for Red Army. Through center with Вострikov. Drops it to him. The shot. That hit Doug Lidster. Butcher in the corner. Up the boards to Craig Cox. His pass behind Stan Smeal goes charging in against Zubov. Zubov touches the puck, and the Canucks are called for icing with 3 minutes 20 seconds gone in the second.
The reasons Ian Kidd was thought so highly of coming out of North Dakota was his ability to make a pass. Here he hits Gary Volk right on the tape, and Volk snaps it wide on the breakaway. Ivashkin takes all the shootout shots, at least he has in the games he hasn't played. That's all he's done is come in just for the shootout.
See if he plays tonight or the backup. Mikolovsky goes. That's what Tikhonov's been doing, letting his backup play in the shootout. There's another long lead pass. Ivashkin has to change hands on a stick just like you did, John. Did you notice that?
Like Mike Liut last night for the Washington Capitals.
Chibirев in front. To the backhand went Востриков, and he couldn't control it. Had Gamble beaten. Play begins to open up. Kravchuk a slap shot. That's kicked away by Gamble. Kravchuk again. Nailed Troy Gamble, who made a nice save. And Gamble is down.
And he's nodding that he's all right. Kicked the rebound right back up the middle. And then he took it off the mask, or up high in the body. You could see Doug Lidster was the first player there, and he asked Gamble immediately if he was all right. Here's the first shot now. Look at the rebound. Goes right back up the middle. And here's the second one. Boom. Right just above the right eye. And those wire cages have really helped. Here, 20-footer right in the middle. Gamble comes out, challenges. Not much he can do on that one. Couldn't even duck the head quickly enough. You think goaltenders are paid enough? After a shot like that, you have to wonder. And Gamble immediately rolled over and looked for the puck before he went down. And there you see the grin on his face. At least he's able to smile about it. Have to check the mask after and make sure all the wires are intact. Definitely pull rank on the youngster, the rookie Troy Gamble, and say, this one's yours.
Even talked to Garrett about coming back and playing tonight against the Red Army.
Forgot my equipment at home.
Glad you did after watching that shot by Kravchuk. Lidster flips it out. Here's a 2-on-1 for Vancouver. Mazur with Volk. Mazur, the shot, kicked away, they score!
Clean 2-on-1 for the Vancouver Canucks, and Ivashkin makes the save first, and then the rebound's jammed in. Here Doug Lidster makes a nice play, gets it out, and 3 Soviets are caught right along the boards. Lidster's able to get it clear, and there's Mazur with the original shot, and Volk goes to the front of the net, gets the rebound, and slides it by Ivashkin. Volk gets most of his goals just in that fashion. He's strong, he goes in the net well, and then when he does get there, he has quick hands.
Well, Volk missed on the breakaway, but didn't miss on the rebound. Bozak to Volk again, the shot kicked away by Ivashkin. Boy, Gary Volk's had 3 excellent chances in the second period. Konstantinov without his helmet. To Bucsaev, he backhands it out. A 1-1 tie, Vancouver coming on as Volk rolls it in. Konstantinov. To Valery Kamensky, stick handles by a couple of Canucks and heads into Vancouver territory. Around Lume, one hand on the stick. Kamensky in the slot to Malahov, and the puck bounced over his stick. Dave Capuano. To Adrian Plavsic. Nice to see him back after taking a shot off the foot earlier in this period. Jyrki Lume to Robert Cron. He dumps it in for Vancouver. Puck behind the goal. Konstantinov down the boards to Kovаленко, and he backhands it out for Red Army. Maslennikov giving chase right in a shot. Gamble the save as Maslennikov cut for the net. Cron with Capuano. Definitely been much more wide open in the second period. Capuano in front. Puck loose in the slot. Peter Nedved. Missed Nordmark with a pass. Igor Kravchuk. His pass intercepted by Capuano. Across the Red Army line. Puck loose in the slot. It's poked to the point. Nordmark hits Trevor Linden going for the net. A shot high on the chest of Ivashkin, who made that save look very easy. And now he decides to hang on with Linden and Nedved cruising around. Canucks and Red Army tied 1-1. Second period. Here in Vancouver, Red Army won. Vancouver won. A shot right off the face-off. Ivashkin had to be alert. Malahim is bumped by Trevor Linden. Mиронов for Red Army. Along the boards, Hmylov. Couldn't move it out as Ian Kidvik centered. And the puck hopped over the stick of Trevor Linden, who was all alone. Back comes Red Army. Nemchinov drops it to Mиронов. Nemchinov has it again. At the point to Hmylov. His shot. That goes wide of the net. Malahim slapped it wide of the goal. Checked by Quinn. Another 2-on-1 for Vancouver. Maybe 3-on-1. Quinn with Adams. Quinn in front. Bounce down and they score!
Malahim gets caught. And out come the Canucks. Quinn on the 2-on-1. It's Mиронов back. And Mиронов makes the right play, stays in the middle, he gets a bad break. Quinn tries to make the pass, and then Mиронов blocked the pass, but Greg Adams was right there to pick it up and slide it by Ivashkin. A good play by Mиронov, and even a better play by Greg Adams.
And Vancouver, who trailed 1-0 after the first, now leading 2-1. Востриков dumped at the line. Lofsic got away with it.
Vancouver goal scored by number 8.
There's a shot ticked away by Gamble. Kostичkин behind the net. Востриков in front. Lume was there. Puck rolling near the line. Lume and Востриков battle for it. Puck into Vancouver zone. Chibiref steals it behind the net. Knocked off his stick by Lume. Up the board, Smeal to Cox. He was checked. Smeal again. Lofsic to Smeal. To Gary Volk. Zubov ahead to Kamensky. Has Bucsayev trailing. Kamensky a shot high off the chest protector of Gamble. And he puts his glove on it to force a face-off. Greg Adams has given the Canucks a 2-1 lead.
Here's another angle on the goal. Now watch Dan Quinn fakes the shot, gets Mиронов to go down. Mиронov blocks the pass. Adams cuts across. He knows Trevor Linden's in behind him. And Adams gets the puck, slides it into the empty net.
The Canucks scoring plays in this period. Bulk from Mazur and Lidster at 3:59. And then at 6:35, Adams from Quinn. A shot kicked away by Gamble. Another shot by Kamensky. He was tied up. And a Vancouver penalty for holding. Jay Mazur going off.
Jay Mazur gets a penalty. Lots of rebounds from Troy Gamble. You can tell that he's struggling to get his confidence back. Here's a long shot. Gamble kicks it right up the middle. And there's Kamensky trying to get to the puck. Jay Mazur has a hold of his stick. And Mazur gets a penalty, and the Red Army power play gets a chance to work again.
They're 0 for 2, and I've watched the Vancouver Canucks play a strong second period so far.
Doug Lidster was saying that the next two periods would be better, that it takes a while for the players to get involved. But again, it's a matter of pride, and it's a matter of every time you put the stuff on, you'd like to win. And the Canucks are showing it here.
Robert Nordmark off the boards and out. Malahov and Konstantinov on the points. Byakin, Bucsayev, and Kamensky up front for Red Army. Kamensky ran into Nordmark. Kevin Guy winds up and slaps it down the ice. Ivashkin forced to make a stop. Kamensky to Bucsayev. Return pass to Kamensky. And across the line. Can't hop around Kevin Guy. Nordmark fires it around the boards. Konstantinov was there to Byakin in the corner. At the point to Bucsayev, the slap shot, and that goes wide. And the puck is on the back of the net. Kamensky to Bucsayev. His shot off a stick over top of the goal. Malahov at the point, couldn't keep it in. Konstantinov. Kevin Guy to the puck, off the boards and out. 48 seconds left in the penalty to Jay Mazur.
Canuck penalty killers are doing a better job on this power play, challenging the Red Army team at the blue line and not letting them get set up. It's like the Calgary Flames power play. Once they get in there and get control, they're pretty tough to stop.
Gordiuk drives it in. Gordiuk turning in the circle, feeds Mиронов. The shot kicked away by Gamble, and the rebound goes to Trevor Linden. He takes a look to Adrian Plavsic, and he shoots it into Red Army zone. Gordiuk down the right wing, gets away from Quinn, the slap shot, and he ripped it high, and Gamble was ducking. Nearly got another one in the mast. Mиронов. Pass at center to Hmylev. Vancouver back to 5 skaters and leading 2-1 as we just reached the halfway mark of the second period.
That was another shot by Gordiuk with that funny stick, and you could tell that Troy Gamble was surprised with how quickly that shot got up.
Malahin to Maslennikov. Kovаленко through center. Fights off Gerald Diddick momentarily, then was slammed into the boards. Bozek took a high stick from Davydov. That is flattened by Kovаленко. Boy, Kovаленко has taken some big hits in the Super Series. Davydov, rolling puck, and off the glove of Gamble. Davydov side of the net. Kovаленко to Davydov in front, and Gamble got a stick in the way. Kravchuk shoots, and a good save by Gamble. Mazur off the boards. Bolt couldn't reach it, or Vancouver would have added another 2-on-1. They scored on a couple here in the second. Davydov with Kostичкин. Into the slot, lets the shot go, and Gamble waved at it, got a piece with his glove. Troy Gamble playing well tonight for Vancouver. Chibirев is grabbed by Volk, and now he's going for holding. Another Red Army power play upcoming at the Coliseum.
Edmonton native Gary Volk gets a holding penalty. He reaches around in front. Here's the play. Chibirev's trying to cut to the net, and Volk reaches over his shoulder, grabs a hold of his arm, pretty obvious, right in front of Kerry Fraser. Here's Gerald Diddick on Kovаленко, and Diddick's endearing himself to the few thousand fans that are here tonight with a good solid hit. Who'd you say guess the attendance here tonight, Bruce?
Oh, I was never too good at that, John. I'll leave that up to you. Don't do it during this power play, though. Okay. Igor Kravchuk to Zubov. Chibirев with Kostичкин and Востриков. Pass intercepted by Cron. Chibirев left the puck in the corner. Nedved for Cron, and Kravchuk covered up. Nearly tipped it into his own net. Red Army regroups. Zubov to Chibiref. Across the Vancouver line, ran into Mazur, was knocked down. Byakin in full flight. And now a penalty to Red Army as Ian Kidd was dumped at the side of the goal, and so much for the Soviet power play. Interference is the call to Востриков. 2-1 Canucks. 103 and the penalty to Volk, and then the Canucks will have a brief power play leading 2-1. Linden takes the puck away, gives it to Lume. Adams in the slot. Lume couldn't feed him as Kamensky spins him around. Valery Kamensky, number 13, can really handle the puck. That's why the Quebec Nordique would love to have him, maybe after the '92 Olympics. Lume to Linden. Has Lidster with him. Lume back to Linden. And the puck hopped over his stick. Konstantinov to Buczayev. Rink-wide pass to Kamensky. Came off the boards to Lume. Canucks will have the man advantage in 18 seconds. Greg Adams, who gave Vancouver the lead here in the second. Lost the puck. Buczayev rolls it to Malahov. Ian Kidd at his own line, signed as a free agent, gives it to Plavsic. To Peter Nedved. Linden for the net, to the back, and a shot. Ivashkin the save, and he holds on as Gary Volk was following up. He just stepped out of the penalty box. Now we got some rough stuff going. Linden and Konstantinov, and we haven't seen too much of that in this series.
Talking to the linesmen, and they like the fact that there hasn't been any of the fights or stuff that you have in the everyday life in the NHL, the life of a linesman. Trevor Linden's getting the penalty as he came in. And here's Peter Nedved and what he does best. A nice little touch pass to Trevor Linden. Linden on the backhand. And the save by Ivashkin.
Trevor Linden, the young captain of Vancouver, offers unsportsmanlike conduct at 13-11. So in 50 seconds, Red Army will have the power play. Don't think Trevor was wishing Kerry Fraser Happy New Year, John.
And I'm sure Kerry Fraser has a short fuse doing a game like this. He doesn't need any verbal abuse from any of the players. He wants to go and get this game over with.
Get a shot. Goes off Malahim wide. Nemchinov behind the net. Around the boards and out. Teams 5 aside for 38 seconds. Adrian Plavsic, 6.5 minutes to go in the second. 2-1 Canucks. Action is heated up here in the second. Nice move by Capuano around Malahim. Mironov to Nemchinov. Around Plavsic. Backhands it off the side of the goal, and Plavsic picks it up in the corner. Avoided a check from Nemchinov. Capuano to the corner, and now Red Army on its 5th power play, 0 for 4 on the night. Canucks penalty killing has been strong in the second. Maslennikov splits the defense, turns along the boards, stops edge of the circle. Davydov behind the goal, swings in front, put it on Mazur's stick. He gets it out. Mazur working hard as he hits the line. Fans wanted a penalty. Mazur still has it, and put it on the stick. Coming. Nemchinov to Davydov. He fans on the shot. Mazur touches the puck. I think it'll be Bozek for slashing. That is the call.
Steve Bozek's complaining. He took a high stick earlier. You can see the cut on his chin, and here's the reaction. Kovalenkov cuts across, and Bozek whack. Gives him the two-handers across his shoulders. And now the Canucks are 2 men short for 28 seconds.
Kovalenkov may be one Red Army player who's glad the Super Series is ending. He has been beaten up in this series, although he's had a lot of success with 6 goals. Konstantinov, 2-man advantage for Red Army for 20 seconds. Konstantinov's shot was blocked by Kron. Malahov, rink wide to Kamensky. Showing patience to Konstantinov at the point. 10 seconds in the first penalty. Kron nearly had a chance to clear it as Konstantinov didn't get much on the pass. Lidster controls to Butcher, and the Canucks bring it out to Trevor Linden. And enjoying the work of the home club in the second period. Kamensky lost the puck at the line to Garth Butcher. Konstantinov to Byakin. Pinned on the boards by Lidster. Buczayev into the corner after it. Rolled it behind the goal. Butcher is there. He turns and shoots it to center. Konstantinov 1 minute in the penalty to Bozek. And more penalties called tonight than we've seen in the series so far. Chibirov along the boards. Lidster was there, so is Quinn, and he slaps at the length of the ice.
Lidster and Butcher have been used sparingly in this game by Coach Bob McCammon, giving them a little bit of a rest, but when they were 2 men short, it was Lidster and Butcher.
Linden steals it. It missed Dan Quinn, who was trailing the play. Kostичкин with Kamensky. Kostичkин to the net. Good save by Gamble. Vancouver goalie still not sure where the puck is. It's at the point to Kravchuk. His shot off Lume's stick, and the puck's in the seats.
Troy Gamble has been busy, and he's been good tonight. And in the past 3 weeks, he has struggled compared to how he played in the first month of the season. Here's Kostичкин cutting in. Gamble stays right with him, keeps the stick on the ice, makes a save, follows the puck, is able to react. Now watch, the key to this is Troy Gamble keeping the stick on his ice, on the way down, in between his legs, and makes the save.
Troy Gamble was red hot to start the season, has tailed off, which is natural when you won only once in your last 10 games. That's the Canucks as a team, but he has been superb tonight. 24 shots have been directed his way, and I think Bob McCammon will leave him in the way he's playing tonight, John.
We saw that Troy Gamble spent a summer in Russia. That was at request of the Vancouver Canucks.
Brezgunov, his shot hit Kron. Peter Nedved to Kron. Back to Nedved. Attempted to center it. It went off the stick of Brezgunov. 5 seconds in the penalty. Востриков across the Vancouver line to Kostичкин. Another draft choice of the Jets. Kravchuk shot deflected. They score! I think Chibirев will get it.
It's not a power play goal. The shot from the point comes through and is tipped right in front of Troy Gamble. No chance for Troy Gamble. Here's the shot by Kravchuk. And there's Востриков right in front of Gamble. Gets it up and over the Vancouver goaltender. Gamble was really in good position. That was just a better tip-in by Вострикov on the shot by Kravchuk. Good shot by Kravchuk right along the ice. An easy tip-in for Sergei Вострикov.
Vostrikov's 4th goal of the Super Series. He and Chibirев both in front, but Vostrikov got his stick on it. And it's 2-2. Malahov stopped by Kidd, who slides the puck down the ice. Goal's been given to Kravchuk. That may be changed. Did it. Right in front, Craig Cox. Malahov to Hmylov. Into Vancouver territory, drops it to Malahov. Gordiuk turns at the circle. Mironov shot juggled by Gamble, but he has it in his catching glove. 2-2 with 2:20 left in the second.
Kravchuk gets credit with a goal, and if they were keeping track and the players have bonuses for these, I'm sure that Востриков would be complaining to the official scorekeeper, as Вострикov definitely tipped that shot by Kravchuk right in front of Troy Gamble.
Another shot ripped over top of the goal by Zubov. Boy, Troy Gamble has been a target of some high shots by Red Army. Kevin Guy to center. He dumps it in. Gary Vogt giving chase with Kravchuk. To the front of the net, steered away by Ivashkin. Jay Mazer in the corner. Maslennikov pops away to Kravchuk. Pokes it ahead to Kovalen. Bozak can't keep it in. Maslennikov to Zubov. Shane Higher, the linesman, went right into the Canucks bench. Davydov turns in the corner to Kovalen in front. Tied up nicely by Gary Vogt. Steve Bozak. Good skater, takes a long shot. Kicked away by Ivashkin. Lead pass to Davydov. He saw Plopsa coming. Back in the Vancouver zone. Trevor Linden. To Dan Quinn. He's hit by Konstantinov. Minute to go in the second period. Linden in the corner.
That's the minute of play in the second period.
Penalty coming up to Red Army. Quinn having words with Konstantinov. Don't think they can understand each other. But
Konstantinov's getting the high sticking penalty, and the Vancouver Canucks get another opportunity on the power play. Konstantinov had to stick up on Quinn. I thought it might be a cross-checking penalty. Was in the corner.
Central Red Army penalty to number 16, Vladimir Konstantinov. 2 minutes for high sticking.
Here's the play going into the boards, and that's the hit on Quinn. There's no call there. You can see Kerry Fraser still has his arm down, but right here in the corner is where the stick gets up. In comes Konstantinov right there, and he has both hands on his stick. And here's Quinn and Konstantinov exchanging words.
Plavsic's shot just wide. Canucks trying to get their power play on track. The Winnipeg Jets coming in Wednesday, and a big win for the Jets tonight over Calgary. They move to within 4 points of Vancouver for the fourth and final playoff spot in the Smythe. Quinn to Linden. And another high sticking call. Kerry Fraser doesn't want this game to get carried away with chippiness, and he's called just about everything here in the second period.
Adrian Plavsic on Byakin, away from the play.
Number 15, Adrian Plavsic, 2 minutes for high sticking. The time 19:31.
There goes another power play opportunity wasted by the Vancouver Canucks. There's a slash by Plavsic, a retaliation type penalty. That's one that would be called in a regular season game by Kerry Fraser for sure. Byakin and Plavsic exchanging a little dueling fencing lessons there, and Plavsic had the last whack and gets a penalty.
Robert Cron. Nedved ran into him, flattened him, and out come the Soviets. Byakin splits the defense, goes for the net, and the puck rolled off his stick at the last moment. Nice rush by Byakin. Ian Kidd for Vancouver, long shot, wide of the net. Nedved along the boards, gives it to Cron. His slap shot. Ivashkin had trouble with it, just got a piece as the horn sounds to end a pretty good second period, John.
And the Vancouver Canucks picked it up a little in the second period. Troy Gamble was busy, but mainly because his team was taking some penalties. Ivashkin with very little to do, but the Canucks, when they did get some chances, were getting some quality chances and going to the net well and playing with a little more intensity, the kind of intensity that Doug Lidster was talking about.
Coming up, Grant interviews the second period.
Third period starts with a 5-on-5 situation, and then the Vancouver Canucks will be short-handed for about 30 seconds after a minute of 5-on-5.
Ian Kidd. Pass on the left side to Mazur. Zubov off the boards. Kravchuk against Lume. Takes the shot. That goes wide. Bucsayev in the corner to Zubov. In from his point position. He bumped with Kidd. Kamensky to Bucsayev. Takes the shot from a bad angle off the shoulder of Gamble to Lume. 27 seconds. And the Red Army penalty to Konstantinov. Bozak looking for Mazur. He was all alone, but he couldn't get the pass through. Bozak to Nordmark. Mazur a shot. Ivashkin the save. He went down, and Kamensky takes over. Loves to lug the puck. Tackled by Nordmark. Peter Nedved to Lume. Nedved with Cron. Red Army with a power play for 22 seconds. Cron ragging the puck. Back to Kevin Guy. Nedved forced by Davydov, and Guy slaps it down the ice.
The Red Army power play has not scored tonight. They scored right after one of the Canucks had come out of the penalty box, but it hasn't looked nearly as effective as it has earlier in this series.
Kovalenkov had to be careful as Plavsic stepped out of the penalty box. The puck goes out of play, just underway in the third, and a 2-2 tie. Don't put the loss column up, you'd be right at the top of the list.
No.
Guess you wouldn't. You were over 500, huh?
How did you guess? How did you guess? Why did I bring that up?
You and Charlie Hodge, right?
And Charlie hardly played any games at all.
That's the only team you were 500 with. Dan Quinn for Vancouver. To Greg Adams. Couldn't stick handle through 4 Red Army players. Maslennikov grabbed by Kidd. Goes to Davydov. His shot, and Gamble got a piece of it. Gamble didn't look good in the shootout, but he looked good on that shot. Malahim. Victor Gordiuk. Cuts to the middle. Still has it. Couldn't get his shot through Lidster. Ojek's played sparingly tonight. Failed to clear it. Malahim's shot is grabbed by Gamble. To the point. Gordiuk. For Nemchinov. Doug Lidster for Vancouver. To Stan Smeel at center. He'll turn 33 in just over a week. Butcher. To Lidster to Gino Ojek. Got the center, and that was it. Puck bouncing around near the Canucks bench. Smeel plays it back to Butcher as Ojek dumps the Mila. Butcher brought it to the line, but Ojek was offside on the play. 3:13 has been played in the third period. A 2-2 tie in Vancouver. The Super Series, lots of empty seats in Vancouver tonight, but it's been a good hockey game. Red Army and Vancouver locked in a 2-2 tie with 3:20 gone in period 3. A pass to Steve Bozak. Kostичkin in his own zone. Takes it behind the net.
Kostичkin's one of the draft choices of the Winnipeg Jets. There's Davydov and Kostичkin, and they were talking to them, and they were talking about getting houses in Winnipeg within the next couple of years.
Kostичkin shot. Big rebound goes to Bozak. 2 Red Army players in front. Around the boards for Mazur. He tips it off the boards. Team's a little more cautious to start the third. It was wide open in the second. Adrian Plavzik. Across to Lume. His pass at Kravchuk's skate. Zubov along the boards with Volk. Kravchuk. Around the boards and into Vancouver territory. Dave Capuano. Got to center, was bumped by Mironov. Bucsayev. Checked at center by Nedved. Brezgunov. Kamensky put her right on Nordmark's stick at center. Mironov across to Byakin. Kamensky trailing. To Kamensky the shot, and he ripped it just wide. Mironov slides it in the corner for Byakin. In front, Bucsayev took a poke at the puck, and Kron takes over. Kron at center to Capuano. Nedved goes for the goal. Pass went through. Kamensky to Byakin. Back to Kamensky. Fakes the shot on Guy. Goes around him. Shovels it in front, and it's cleared to the point. Kamensky turning along the boards. Pass rolled away from Konstantinov. Malahim for Red Army. To Maslennikov. Long shot by Malahim. Went to the corner. Davydov was checked by Linden. Konstantinov loved it to a stick and sends it in.
One of the few times all night that the Red Army team has played the dump and chase game. There, Konstantinov just threw it in, and the Canucks are falling into the same type of pattern where they just don't want to shoot it in.
Greg Adams nearly picked up a loose puck. Dan Quinn from the corner. Rolled in front by Gerald Diddick. Back comes Maslennikov. He's with Davydov. 2-on-1. Maslennikov for Davydov. Play broken up by Ian Kidd. He stayed with Davydov. Now a 2-on-1 for the Canucks. Linden with Quinn. Linden shoots. Good save by Ivashkin. As Linden used Quinn as a decoy.
Good plays by the defenseman at both ends. Ian Kidd played it perfectly. He gave the goaltender Troy Gamble the shot, intercepted the pass, and at the other end, Ivashkin was forced to make the save.
And the puck goes out of play. Trevor Linden nearly gets
2-on-1s at both ends. Maslennikov waits and waits, but Ian Kidd stays with his man and then picks off the pass, throws it the other way. And the Canucks have the 2-on-1, Trevor Linden and Dan Quinn. And the Soviet defenseman does the same thing, makes sure that Linden doesn't throw the pass. Linden takes the shot, and Ivashkin makes the save.
face-off near center. Craig Cox and Nemchinov. Dan Smeal at center. The former Canucks captain, Plavsic, plays it in. Victor Gordiak. Pass was too hard for Hmylov. Nemchinov picks it up to Kravchuk. The shot, that's blocked by Lume. Gino Ojic racing after it. Kravchuk trying to catch him. Ojic got a shot away and a pad save. Smeal a backhand that goes wide. Cox behind the goal. Hangs on to it. Feeds it in front. Off a Soviet stick to Gordiak. Hmylov trailing. Gordiuk still with it. Took a shot wide. Nemchinov attempted to feed the point, and the puck hopped into the Canucks bench.
Gino Ojic had a chance, but Kravchuk caught him, cut down the angle. Ojic still got the shot away. Ivashkin made the save. I don't think the Canucks were expecting the 6 goals out of Gino Ojic. That's not his role on this team. And here it is from his own blue line. Gino Ojic gets the chance. Now look at Kravchuk. Gets the angle on Ojic, cuts him off, and makes sure that the shot's taken from there. Stan Smeal tries for the rebound, but he's tied up. And the score remains the same.
12:20 left in the third. 2-2. Chibiref. Guy attempts to cut him off and broke the play up. Knocked Chibiref down. Good defensive play by Kevin Guy. Nope. They'll call a penalty.
Every morning, millions.
I agree with you, Bruce. I thought it was a good play by Kevin Guy coming back. Here's the play on Chibiref. Kevin Guy reaches around with his right hand. It just shoves Chibiref to the ice. I didn't think there was a hold there. I thought maybe after for holding the stick. Kerry Fraser calls it holding. And the Red Army power play 0 for 7 tonight. Had a 2-man advantage for a brief period. Has not played as well as they really can.
Chance to take the lead. But at the Canucks penalty killing as Doug Lidster slops it down the ice. Brezgunov and Mironov on the points. Chibiref up front with Вострикov and Kostичкин. Out comes Red Army. Вострикov drops it to Kostичкin. Nedved was there. Tips it off the boards and out. Brezgunov. Konstantinov into Vancouver territory, stopped along the boards, rolled it in front. Garth Butcher for Vancouver, lifts the puck down the ice, and there's 1:13 to go in the Red Army power play. Malahim had a couple of assists in Winnipeg Wednesday, gives it to Byakin. For Bucaya. Gives it to Kamensky along the boards. Avoided a check from Kidd. Konstantinov hangs on to it to Kamensky. Across to Malahim to Kamensky, scores! Nice goal there by Red Army.
We did talk about the passing of the Red Army and how hard they pass, and yet they can still take the passes. And there, Malahim to Kamensky. Now look at the three-way pass. Kamensky to Malahim, then it goes back to get it. He's wide open on the forehand, but a hard pass. And yet Kamensky, look at how hard this pass is, and yet Kamensky doesn't stop it. Steers it by Troy Gamble.
Valery Kamensky's second goal of the Super Series, just playing his 4th game. He was bothered by a shoulder injury in the first 3. Power play goal has Red Army on top 3-2. 9:05 at the time of the goal. 6,032 the attendance tonight in Vancouver. They had over 15,000 to watch Red Army a year ago. Dan Quinn. Linden to Kidd at the point. Adams in front, a rolling puck. Quinn after it. Gerald Diddick. Side of the net for Quinn. Kravchuk whips it around the boards. Kidd is there. Quinn side of the net for Greg Adams. But coming across was Maslennikov. Puck at center, Trevor Linden. Put it on Zubov's stick. Zubov, a draft pick of the New York Rangers. Maslennikov. Stops along the boards. At the point to Brezgunov. Poke check by Kron. Mironov covers up at center. To Davydov. He turns and dumps it into Vancouver territory.
And about the only time they dump it in is when they want the line change. There, Davydov just threw it in and headed straight for the bench.
Dave Capuano goes wide on Brezgunov. Behind the net. Plavsic in from the point. To Plavsic. Capuano has it again. Peter Nedved. Brezgunov stayed with him. Lume to off the side of the net. Kron hustles after it. Gave it away to Gordiuk. He shoots the puck down the ice. One of the rare icing calls you'll see against Red Army. Plavsic back to touch it. Kamensky has scored on the power play in the third to give Red Army the lead.
Their coaching staff, cast of thousands. Viktor Tikhonov in the middle, obviously the ruler of the group there. Some nice looking outfits behind the Soviet bench. Bruce, I'm sure it's part of your wardrobe.
That one coach should belong to the New York Yankees. Kamensky from Malahim and Konstantinov at 9:05. The go-ahead goal for Red Army. Konstantinov working along the boards. He was bumped by Ojik. Puck in front. Craig Cox to Stan Smeal. Plavsic to Yerky Lume. Smeal coming in late on the play. Lume a shot that's kicked away by Ivashkin. Trying to stuff it. Still has a shot by Plavsic's kicked away. Smeal to the front of the net. Now a penalty. Smeal didn't hear the whistle as he attempted to slop it. But Cox was dumped in front, and Konstantinov is heading to the penalty box.
Konstantinov's getting the hooking penalty against Craig Cox, or a holding penalty, as the Canucks line of Cox, Smeal, and Ojik had some pressure in front of the Red Army net. And a chance for the Vancouver power play to get them back even.
Holding for the time 11:30. Konstantinov for holding at 11:30.
The Canucks 0 for 4 with the man advantage. Soviets took the lead on a power play goal here in the third. Chance for Bob McCammon's Canucks to tie it. Ron Wilson, assistant coach, alongside McCammon.
One of the Soviet assistant coaches, Boris Mikhailov. I'm sure a lot of people recognize that name.
Dan Quinn feeds the point, but Kidd wasn't in position. Back at his own line now. Watched by Bucaya. Trevor Linden. Into the slot, comes to the point. Kidd shot off the skate. Bucaya dumps the puck down the ice. 8 minutes left, third period, 1:35 in the penalty. Gerald Diddick in his first game as a Vancouver Canuck. Quinn shoots it in. Ivashkin way out to play it. Adams steals it. Comes to Kidd at the point for Trevor Linden. Across for Quinn, the shot. Ivashkin down, and he keeps it out. Great chance for Dan Quinn.
Dan Quinn's been hot of late. Gets a nice bounce on this pass across, gets a shot away, and Ivashkin is down before the shot. He just happens to be there. Here's the pass that's bounced, deflects to Quinn, and Quinn one times it. Ivashkin slides across and is fortunate that he was in the right place to make the save. Here's the pass from Linden. Now look at the bounce, and Quinn still gets it, one hop, but Ivashkin makes the save.
Dan Quinn, a career-high 40 goals with the Pittsburgh Penguins in 87-88. Again, right off a face-off, Kerry Fraser calls a penalty. Cross-checking is the call.
Gets a cross-checking penalty. The Canucks have a two-man advantage for 1:10. Now watch Greg Adams come into your screen. Here comes Mironov from behind, right in the ribs. Gives Adams a shot, gets a cross-checking penalty.
And a two-man advantage for 1 minute and 10 seconds with the Canucks down by a goal. Ian Kidd, a nice job to keep it in. Trevor Linden tried to get it through traffic to Quinn. And it's Brezgunov back the other way with Kovalenkov. A Kovalenkov shot off the goalpost. Red Army 2 men short, and they nearly had a short-handed goal. Linden checked from behind. Kovalenkov around the boards. Quinn was there to Kidd. Lost it to Byakin, who rolls the puck out.
Byakin, who's played forward most of the game tonight, back playing defense now, and what an advantage to have a player like Byakin that you can use in both positions.
Linden, stick handling as they set up with the two-man advantage. 19 seconds on the first penalty. In front for Quinn, and he had his stick lifted by Nemchinov. They battle for it in the corner, and the puck comes out. Nemchinov on a breakaway. And the save by Troy Gamble. Nemchinov may have missed. Comes in front again on the save by Gamble. Boy, who's got the power play here?
Troy Gamble didn't look very good on the shootout, but on the clear-cut breakaway, he forced Nemchinov to shoot it wide.
Lidster to Lume. Red Army just down a man now. Nedved, fans yelling to shoot. Lume at the point. The shot kicked away. Nedved on the rebound. Looks to the net. Fans on the shot. Kamensky brings it out for Red Army. 3 of them hit the line. Drop pass on my left. Shoots, and it's kicked away by Gamble. Zubov went by it. And here's a breakaway for Kwan. Couldn't pick it up. Still may have a chance. Goes behind the net. Nedved behind the goal. Pushed off the puck by Zubov. Kravchuk backhands it over the glass, and Red Army is back at full strength. And I'll tell you, Troy Gamble played some great goal while the Canucks had a power play.
The Canucks killed off that two-man advantage that they had. Now watch Jyrki Lume overskates the puck and then slips. Here's Nemchinov. Comes in on Gamble, fakes, goes to the forehand, misses, then he gets it right back. Robert Kron goes down. Now Nemchinov has another chance. Gamble stays right with him and makes the save. And Hmylov gets a shot. There's Gamble well out. And ready early. And when Troy Gamble's struggling, that's one thing he doesn't do is he doesn't get set early on the shot. There he was out and ready.
Shots are 35-23 for Red Army. It took Troy Gamble a while to arrive in the NHL, but I think he has. Mazur ripped the shot. Nordmark to Volk. Pinned on the boards. Mazur got a weak shot away. Ivashkin couldn't corral the rebound as Volk mixes it up. I think Kerry Fraser lost sight of the puck. That's the reason for the whistle.
Ivashkin had it under his glove and it was kicked loose by Gary Volk. That's why Konstantinov gave Volk a little shot. Gary Volk's had a strong game tonight. Has a goal and a rebound, had a breakaway out of the penalty box. He's played very aggressively. Played for Sherwood Park before going down to the University of North Dakota.
Had the whole family down to watch him practice at West Edmonton Mall when the Canucks came to meet the Oilers earlier this year. Konstantinov to Vostrakov. He tips it out. Kevin Guy right back in. 5 minutes remaining third period. It's 3-2 Red Army. Puck is cleared down the ice. And they'll bring it back into the Red Army zone for a face-off. 3-2 for the Soviets. See him in Vancouver with John Garrett and Grant Pollock as we wind down our coverage of Super Series 90-91. 3-2 Red Army. Less than 5 minutes to go. Kostичкин, his pass behind Вострикov, comes to Gamble. Chibiref behind the net, comes in front. He was knocked down by Diddick. I think he's been shaken up. Chiberev's going to the bench. Востриков in front, swept away by Gamble. Kostичкин, hacked at by Diddick. And Craig Cox dumps it out for Vancouver. Canucks playing it tough.
Chibiref looked like he was going to the bench because he was hurt. Then the puck came close to him, and all of a sudden, a miraculous cure.
Scoring chance will do that, won't it? Davydov down the boards. Away from a couple of checks. Maslennikov in front. Diddick broke the play up. Gino Ojic couldn't beat Mironov. Brezgunov at center. And Maslennikov, he rolls it in. Gamble stops it behind the goal for Plavsic. 3:40 remaining in the third. Greg Adams to Dan Quinn. Thought about shooting. Side of the net. Plavsic was in deep. Mironov couldn't golf it out. Mironov now shoots the puck down the ice. Campbell had to make a save. Greg Adams, Trevor Linden to Quinn. Back to Linden. Checked by Nemchinov. Quinn. Into the corner for Greg Adams. Linden to Quinn. He let it go. Kovalen covers up and lifts it out. Davydov can't get away from Plavsic. Jyrki Lume dumps it in with 2:45 to go.
There you can see the Soviets on the change. All five lined up at the blue line in a defensive posture. Make sure the Canucks couldn't get it in.
Capuano's shot off the stick of Ivashkin. Hmylov. Puck off the glass. Nedved. Kron. Miss Capuano and Kravchuk. Controls for Red Army. Skates to center. And flips it in. Kevin Guy. Another Canucks player from Edmonton. To Capuano. In deep for Nedved. Konstantinov up the boards for Kamensky. He's given Red Army the lead in the third. Capuano behind the net. Centering pass off the skate of Malahim. Gordiuk to Kamensky. Kamensky was careful with it. Balk. A backhand shot steered away by Ivashkin. Balk in front. Here's Gerald Diddick, his shot, and a good stick save by Ivashkin. Kamensky. Put it on Mazur's stick. 1.5 minutes left. Bozak. Konstantinov gave it away. They score! Jay Mazur.
Konstantinov goes right over to the bench. Band on the pass, set it right out in front to Jay Mazur, and Ivashkin had no chance. Victor Tikhonov's going down to the end of the bench to talk to Konstantinov. Look at this. He's trying to throw it up the middle anyway. And that was Востриков trying to come back on Mazur, and he just collapsed on the ice. Here the Red Army team had it completely in hand. Konstantinov coughs the puck up, and the Canucks have tied it up.
Kamensky and Tikhonov were having quite a conversation after the goal. There's another shot by Volk that goes wide. Canucks tie it late. 18:38 the time of the goal. Mazur after it again. He was hauled down and ran into Ivashkin. Good pressure by Vancouver. A water bottle laying behind the goal. Volk at the point to Mazur. The slap shot hit Chibiref. Mazur again in the corner to Plavsic. Volk from the corner. Mazur goes to the bench. He's out of steam. Kostичkин into Vancouver zone, and they call it on a delayed offside. 28 seconds remaining.
Viktor Tikhonov is very unforgiving coach. Konstantinov has played a pretty good game, and then he made the one mistake, cost his team a goal. Now the Soviets would like a timeout to discuss. You see Viktor Tikhonov rubbing his brow. He wants a timeout so he can discuss this face-off deep in the Red Army zone.
He wasn't giving it to Konstantinov quite as much as he was giving it to Kamensky, who made the pass into the middle when he had a chance to send the puck down the ice deep. And boy, they were really going at it for about 20 seconds. You don't want to go to the bench after making a mistake for Red Army. 18:38, the time of that game-tying goal by Jay Mazur.
Look at Konstantinov. It looks like he's just going to fire it around the boards, and then he changed his mind, tried to shoot it up the middle. The only person there was Jay Mazur. He didn't get much on it. And Mazur had all sorts of time to beat Ivashkin.
Mazur, one of the few plus players on the Canucks at +5, played 15 regular season games and has 5 goals and 7 points. Ivashkin has not been as busy as Troy Gamble. 28 shots for Vancouver, 35 for Red Army, but the last 2 or 3 minutes, John, it's been all Vancouver in Red Army zone.
Red Army looks tired, and they've been here since Wednesday since Thursday after they played their game in Winnipeg on Wednesday, and the Vancouver Canucks traveled back from Los Angeles, played there last night, got in around noon today, went right to a hotel to rest for a little while before this game.
Face off to the left of Ivashkin. Ball was icing, not offside, and it's Quinn against Maslennikov in the circle. Canucks win the draw. Adrian Plavsic, slap shot through traffic right to Ivashkin, and the puck is underneath the Soviet goalie as Kravchuk mixes it up with Greg Adams. Canucks have their leading scorers out there, Quinn, Adams, and Linden.
You see the Vancouver Canucks win another draw. Dan Quinn ties up the centerman and then throws it back, and look at the Canucks go to the net. Plavsic takes the shot. There's Adams and Quinn trying to get to the net, and Ivashkin has no idea where it is. He looked behind him, but it was underneath his pads, and another face-off for Dan Quinn.
22 seconds left.
Maslennikov is going to get waved out here. He's lost about 3 in a row. I'm sure he'd rather watch it from the side of the circle than being victimized again in the middle.
Lazarowicz will drop it in. Maslennikov is waved out. Kovаленко takes the face-off. The Canucks win it again. Plavsic in front. Linden was knocked down in the slot. Adams steals it. Shot by Quinn, and the save by Ivashkin. Good chance for Vancouver. Just 7 seconds left. Davydov fell down at center. Long shot into Ivashkin, and he covers up at the side of the net. The horn sounds, and we are going to overtime in the Super Series. We'll return with the overtime right after this. Period.
Ivashkin has played well. He is one of those players that Viktor Tikhonov seems to grab from other teams. He came over from Torpedo Gorky after playing the first 2 months of the season with them.
Mazur on the ice to start overtime. Tied up by Konstantinov. Bucsaev off the boards and out. Racing after it is Byakin. Plavsic trying to cut him off. Drops it to Kamensky. He waits. Gamble down. Takes the shot. The save in the crease by Plavsic. They score. I think it was Byakin. And it only took Red Army 21 seconds.
Kerry Fraser saying, yes, it was in. Jurke Lume tried to pick off the puck at the blue line and sets up this 2-on-1. And what a nice play it was to Kamensky behind the back. And then Kamensky throws it out in front off a couple of bodies and by Troy Gamble. Here we get to see it again. Byakin, nice little back pass to Kamensky, and look at the patience. Gamble tries to poke check. Byakin goes by, throws it out in front, hits Plavsic, and then Byakin slides it under Adrian Plavsic.
Kamensky is getting credit for it.
Here's another one that we questioned in the goal scorer. Here's Kamensky. Now he hits Plavsic with it as he throws it out in front. Plavsic goes down, and there's Byakin sliding it underneath Adrian Plavsic and in, but they give it to Kamensky. And who really cares who scores, except which team scores?
It was Byakin who scored the goal, but Kamensky who made the play. Red Army wins it in overtime, 4-3 against the Vancouver Canucks. Just in case you forgot what the order will be, Maslennikov, Kovalenkov, Chibirев, Byakin, and Kamensky for Red Army. Canucks will go with Linden, Adams, Cron, Nedved, and Lume.
Some of the teams have chosen to go with the non-scorers, like Sean Cronin was selected as a shootout participant for the Winnipeg Jets, Kelly Buchberger for the Edmonton Oilers, but the Vancouver Canucks have basically gone with their offensive players, Jyrke Lume being the exception maybe, but he's an offensive style defenseman.
Maslennikov leads off the shootout. Troy Gamble in goal for Vancouver. Maslennikov, a good move, and it's 1-0 for Red Army.
Put the hex on Gamble, saying what a good poke check he had, and he let Maslennikov make the move right to his feet.
Canucks leading scorer, Trevor Linden, the fans urging him on. Mikolovsky in goal. Linden attempted to go top corner, and a good save by Mikolovsky. I'm sorry, Maslennikov scored the goal.
Mikolovsky gave Linden room to the high glove side and then took it away.
Kovalenkov. He scores, and it's 2-0. Kovalenkov scored the most goals for Red Army in the series with 6. And incidentally, Mikolovsky has made 3 saves in 5 shots coming into tonight's game in the shootout. Greg Adams for Vancouver. He's unsuccessful.
Adams deked himself right into the corner. That's why the advantage is with the goaltenders, because more than half the time the forward will mess up and shoot wide.
Chibiref. He scores. Gamble having his trouble against the Soviets tonight, and that goal by Chibiref assures them of at least a tie. Cron must score now, or the Soviets haven't wrapped up. Robert Cron, 1-on-1 against Maxim Mikolovsky. Nice save by Mikolovsky. And it'll be a win for Red Army, but they will finish.
Mikolovsky got a piece of that one, but we could hear the clink up here that shot from Cron. Mikolovsky got enough of it to deflect it off the post.
Ilya Byakin, 2 goals in Winnipeg on Wednesday. He scores.
As well as Troy Gamble's played all night here, some of the fans are booing him because of the shootout. His team's outshot 26-15. The only reason they're in it is because of the play of Troy Gamble.
Peter Nedved. They see some stick handling here. Saved by Mikolovsky again. And the Canucks can't beat number 20. They'll only have one more chance. See if Valery Kamensky can make it 5 straight for Red Army.
I'm sure Troy Gamble's to the point where he'd just like to charge Kamensky and take his body.
Kamensky tried to get fancy, and Troy Gamble is happy. He made 1 save. Gotta like his spirit.
Definite personality, and you see Troy Gamble giving it the thumbs up sign to the bench.
He's having a laugh. Jyrke Lume try and get the Canucks on the board. 4-0's the count. Lume fails to score as he missed the net. And it's shutout goaltending for Mikolovsky in the shootout. 4-0 the final score.
And you see the Mikolovsky getting congratulated by his bench, and the Vancouver Canucks are taking this one in the spirit of the game. They're over congratulating Lume for missing the net and congratulating Troy Gamble. The advantage of this type of game is Troy Gamble's playing well. He's getting his confidence, and he doesn't care about the shootout. You can see by his attitude as he came over to the bench. Sure, he'd like to stop them, but it's not going to matter that much. He just wants to win a game.